All right, welcome back. So in this video, we're going to talk about how to loop lists. So you can loop through the list items by using a for loop. So how do we loop through the index numbers? You can also loop through the list items by referring to their index number. Use the range and length functions to create a suitable interval. Using a while loop, you can loop through the list items by using a while loop. Use the length function to determine the length of the list, then start at 0 and loop your way through the list items by referring to their indexes. Remember to increase the index by 1 after each iteration. Looping using list comprehensive. List comprehensive offers the shortest syntax for loop through lists. Okay, so now let's jump over to our notebook and take a loop at this. Okay, so we're in the notebook here, and I'm going to go to lists because we're still in the lists section. We're still talking about Python lists. So we're just covering how to loop a list now instead of the other subjects that we've been talking about, which have been really fun, honestly. So let's do loop lists. Okay, so you can loop through the list items by using the for loop. So if we do a for loop, it will loop through the list items. So let's do that. So let's do our list equals, and we're going to do Google, Facebook, see if I can spell, there we go, Facebook and YouTube. And then I'm going to do for X in our list, colon, and then we're going to print X. So we'll run that, and we get Google, Facebook, and YouTube. So what it does is loop through and read all the list items that we had here, okay? So let's loop through the index numbers. So you can also loop through the list items by referring to their index number. You can use the range and length functions to create a suitable interval, okay? So let's do that now. So our list equals, and we're going to do Google, we'll do Facebook, and we'll do YouTube. Okay? And for I in range, and let's do length, our list, okay, with a colon, and let's do print our list, and we'll do I, okay, and let's run that, and we get the same thing, Google, Facebook, YouTube, okay, so that's just another way to run it, okay. Now using a while loop, you can loop through the list items by using a while loop. Use the length function to determine the length of the list. Then start at 0 and loop your way through the list items by referring to their indexes, okay? So print all items using a while loop to go through all index numbers, okay? So let's take a look at that now. So what we're going to do with that is we're going to do our list equals, and we're going to do the same one. So Google, Facebook, and YouTube. Okay, so we'll do Facebook, and let's do YouTube. And what I'm going to do is we're going to do I equals 0. Okay, and then I'll do while I length this our list, colon, and then we're going to do print our list, and then I inside of there, and then I'll do I equals I plus 1. And I'll run that, and we have Google, Facebook, and YouTube. So 3 different ways to get to the same result, basically, is the idea here. Finally, we're going to talk about how to looping using list comprehension. So list comprehension offers the shortest syntax for looping through lists. Now, I recommend using a shorter syntax only because some of these can be confusing and there's no reason to use these unless you absolutely need a while loop or for loop, okay? If you do, then use those. But if you're just learning and you're starting out, use the simple syntax first, and once you get the hang of it, then you can go to the more advanced stuff. So we're going to do our list equals, and we're going to do Google, Facebook, and YouTube, and we're going to do print X for X in our list. Okay. Now when I run that, it's going to loop it through. It should, but it didn't work because our lists is not defined, but our list is defined. So let's run that again. Little typo. We got Google, Facebook, YouTube, none, none, none. Okay. So we loop through and it worked. Okay. So that's how you loop lists. All right. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.